Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Aries Rising, I had to readjust. What's up Aries Rising? Welcome to your September 2021 Astrology Tarot Update. My name is Tessa and you're watching my channel. We're gonna get straight into this reading. So if you are a new subscriber and if you are not an Aries Rising, if you're an Aries Sun or Aries Moon, or if you're a Virgo Sun, whatever the case may be, you're totally welcome to hang out and watch this video, gain some information, insight. You could definitely learn something, whether it's about astrology or tarot. But this is going to be a reading specifically for Aries Rising. We are going to take a look at the astrological transits that are in effect for September 2021 based on your rising sign. So I do have the Aries Rising chart pulled up on my phone and we're going to get started. Okay, so I'm shuffling the Astro Soul Oracle deck. This is going to contain planets, zodiac signs, houses, moon phases, asteroids, aspects, you name it, okay? I absolutely love this deck, okay? So we're going to see exactly what astrological energies, what energies are going to come through for you in September that's going to be really important for you, that's going to be really prominent and important for you to know. And we're going to see where that energy is happening in your chart, and we're going to talk about it, okay? And then I'm going to clarify the cards with tarot, and we're going to use Mystic Monday's tarot. And then at the very end of the reading, I'm going to pull one card from the Spirit Animal Oracle, and I'm just going to tell you what the card says. I'm going to show you what it is, and you can just kind of take away from it whatever you want. I'm not going to go into what I think it means or anything like that. It's just kind of like a way to wrap up the reading, so you know you can kind of ponder something for yourself at the end there, okay? Not that you don't already ponder things on your own, you know, I'm sure that whatever it is I'm going to tell you in this video, you're still going to ponder on your own, but you know what I mean. Okay. I don't take cards that fly out, but I am about to cut the deck and get started over here. So we have the waning crescent moon. There's a few other zodiac signs that received a waning crescent. This is going to get involved in moon phases, okay? So a waning crescent typically lasts anywhere from like 3 to 5 days or something like that. And when we pull a moon phase card, it definitely tells us that there's something involved in your like emotions that you're trying to figure out, okay? Like there's something in like your day-to-day, or like there could be like a mood swing, or there's something within your emotions that needs to be kind of worked through, okay? Because the moon energy, you know, the moon rules Cancer, and when we're talking about this kind of energy, we're talking about our day-to-day emotions. We're talking about like how we're feeling, like how we're being affected by our environment, how we are responding to our environment, you know, and a lot of the times this is something that we did carry with us from childhood, you know, how we respond emotionally to things, okay? So it does say surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, and stillness. So there's a very good possibility that you are needing to kind of like surrender to this phase, to this waning crescent moon phase. You're needing to kind of like surrender to your emotions a little bit so you can fully understand, like maybe like try not to fight them, try not to you know, bring too much conflict into your life, but actually try to like take a moment to really kind of understand what is going on inside of you, okay? And this waning crescent is beginning August 31st and it's spilling into September 1st. So it's actually going to be a void moon on August 31st, and then starting September 1st, it's going to be in Cancer, and it's going to last until it's going to last until September 6th. So from September 1st to September 6th, it's going to start in Cancer and end in Virgo. Okay, so we're going to see where this is exactly taking place in your chart. Okay, so it's going to be in the second quadrant of your chart. Okay, so the second quadrant of your chart deals with the 4th house, the 5th house, and the 6th house. This is the area of your life that's like, it's very much like personal. It's very much reflected on the personal, but the personal in regards to how we are interacting with like our environment. So it's kind of like I said, you know, a lot of it stems with like the environment that you had in your childhood, you know, the history of your family, your roots, you know, like how, like what was the environment like in your home, you know, how is your creative energy nurtured? So that's the 4th house. And then the 5th house is talks about like children, creativity, fun, like what you did for fun and like what you do for fun and play, and how you are able to really like shine in your creativity and like really enjoy life and be playful and like kind of bring out that inner child, right? So it's kind of like, it's a very personal dynamic, but also it has a lot to do with how we initially form that first desire to engage with our environment and to be creative with our environment. Okay, and then the 6th house, the house of Virgo, this is the house that deals with like our daily routines, you know, so taking that back maybe into childhood as an example, like what kind of chores were you doing, you know, what were your parents making you do around the house, you know, like things like that, you know, the practicalities of just kind of daily life, like what kind of meal you make yourself for breakfast. It also, the 6th house is also in reference to your health, okay, and how you take care of yourself. And like looking at the details, you know, so it's like, you know, when you start a new diet, you have to go on a new routine and you have to start looking at the details, you know, of like the nutrition and blah, blah, blah. So that's just an example. That's all 6th house stuff. So with the waning crescent moon going from Cancer, so in the beginning of September, going from Cancer and then into Leo and then into Virgo, so the 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, there can definitely be some like emotions, a bit of like, you know, things that need to be understood in regards to this area of your life. Like these things are connected. So something about like, you know, there could be some like unresolved, maybe like childhood stuff that you need to work on, and how is that affecting your creativity? How is maybe like the environment that in which you grew up in, like how did that have an effect on like how you were creative as a child and how you went about your daily routines, you know, so all that type of stuff. Perhaps there are some emotions that are coming up for you in the beginning of September that deal with these themes that you need to kind of like maybe work through a little bit. Okay, so then for the next card, we have Chiron, the wounded healer. Okay, Chiron is a comet that orbits around the sun between Saturn and Uranus, I'm pretty sure. He's known as the wounded healer because this is a this is a wound that is within us that I don't want to say it's impossible to heal, but it's so deep, and it's something that had such an impact on us, and it could have been from a very early age, or it could have happened even later in life, but it had such a deep impact on us that we are still kind of suffering some of its residual effects, right? So like, it's one of those things where it's like, even if you're like 50 years old, if you haven't like really worked through healing it, somebody can trigger something or say something that triggers that wound to open back up, and then you have to deal with it again, okay? So Chiron, so this is like, so it's kind of like the only way that we can really heal that wound is when we realize that we can heal others through our own experiences, or by like sharing our own experience of it, and that is how we in turn heal ourselves, by healing others, okay? Oh my God. I'm like choking on my own words over here. Excuse me. So it's like once you kind of discover what that deep wound was that really, really, really penetrated deep within you, and you're able to really recognize it and understand what it is, and bring it up into like a higher state of awareness and understanding within yourself, you can then kind of begin to like talk about it. You can then begin to, you know, like maybe even share your experience with others and help others through it, you know, and maybe like translate that and turn it into something really meaningful and substantial in your life, okay? So it's very, very, and currently Chiron is transiting Aries, okay? Chiron has been in Aries for a while. Don't ask me the exact dates. I don't know, but Chiron is actually currently retrograde in Aries, but Chiron is transiting your first house of self. So it's very possible that like whatever this issue is that you're dealing with in regards to maybe like your emotions and how you're reacting to your environment and how you're reacting to your own like maybe desire to want to be creative, could have something to do with like a wound that was inflicted upon you, that you took to heart and that you took very personally, that you need to confront and work through. Okay, we're going to clarify this stuff with tarot. Of course, everybody has Chiron in their chart. So, you know, if you're interested in getting to know where your, you know, wounded healer is, let me know, okay? But anyway, moving along, for the next card, we have Vesta. So Vesta is one of 4 asteroids that was discovered in the early 1800s, and these 4 asteroids are representative of different feminine energies, okay? And we all have feminine energies within us, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. It's representing a feminine energy, okay? It could be within you, it could be in regards to somebody else in your life, okay? So Vesta represents devotion. So this is the part of us that, like, you know, devotes ourselves to something, okay? We become very devoted to it. So let me take a look over here. What is going on with Vesta? So Vesta, okay, so Vesta is currently in Libra, and it is transiting your 7th house of relationships, okay, partnerships. So it's very much a possibility that you are currently very devoted to a particular person, or something that has to do with some kind of wound. Perhaps you were devoted to someone, but it didn't end good or something like that. Or I'm getting, like, you know, you feel very, there could be like a problem also in regards to devotion. Like maybe you saw your parents growing up and they weren't devoted to each other. Or, you know, like you lacked devotion in your life, and that could be something that you're searching for. Or perhaps this is like you needing to devote yourself to you, to like healing your wounds, okay? So this can kind of go like multiple ways over here, because with Vesta currently in Libra, in the 7th house, I'm kind of getting this weird, I'm not necessarily getting that you guys are in a relationship. You could be, but even if you are in a relationship, I kind of feel like it's a relationship where it's like you're already living with them. So it's like you're already in like a for what I am feeling for those of you, it's kind of like you're already in a commitment, you're already in a relationship, but perhaps it's time, like things are getting triggered for you, and perhaps it's time to really start healing some stuff, okay? And then for those of you who are not in a relationship, the idea of being in a relationship, maybe you want to be in one, or you want to be in a partnership, you want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but these emotions and these like things that you're trying to work out within yourself are kind of like preventing you from doing that, or they're getting in the way. It's like these deeper wounds keep coming to the surface, so it's almost like getting in the way for you to really truly devote yourself to someone, because you need to spend time with yourself, and you need to take care of yourself, and you need to heal yourself, okay? So that's kind of like the message that I'm getting. So let's clarify the waning crescent. Clarify the waning crescent, please. We have the Lovers. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Gemini energy. Okay. Surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, stillness. Okay. So there could definitely yeah. Super interesting. Okay. So okay. So the image that I kind of got was that, yeah. So like for those of you, okay, so like I feel like most of you watching probably are in a relationship of some kind, or you do have a lover, or you're involved in a really, really strong connection with someone. And I don't want to say it's like disrupting your ability to like function at home and through your creativity and like your routines. I'm not saying that it's like, it's not like necessarily getting in the way, but it's like, it's so powerful in your life that you almost like have to surrender your emotions to it. and it's like bringing up stuff for you. It's just like, it's creating perhaps like a lot of like ups and downs in your emotions, which is actually really common when you know, become involved with somebody else, to kind of have like ups and downs within yourself, because it's like now you're dealing with another person's energy. Now you're dealing with someone else's chemistry and all that type of stuff. So, interesting. So there probably just needs, you probably really just kind of need some time to sort out your emotions, okay? Sort out your feelings. So this could be someone that you've been living with, or this could be like a new love connection that you just recently got involved in. And especially like when we first begin new love affairs, or when we do fall in love initially in the beginning, it is usually in the very beginning that chemistry and that exchange of energy that begins to trigger like wounds, right? Like childhood wounds, and starts to like, you know, we have to kind of figure out how to manage our emotions, because we have to kind of like adapt to this new person, right? Especially if we like them and we want them around for the long haul, you know? You have to kind of like start to figure things out within yourself and what's going on within yourself and like all this type of stuff. Okay, let's clarify Chiron, please. Clarify Chiron for me, please. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, moon in Libra. Huh. Aries, this is very interesting. So there's something you're conflicted about, or like you're trying to make a decision. Maybe you're trying to make a decision on whether or not you want to even like pursue this on a serious level. Like this is a very powerful connection you have with this person. So for those of you who are not like living with them already, you know, where it's kind of like still in the beginning stages, I feel like you're making a decision right now of like whether or not you want to, you know, devote, like literally devotion, like devote yourself to this connection, or if you want to just focus on yourself. Like there are some things coming up for you within your emotions that are a little like turbulent for you. Okay, they're a little turbulent. Now, if we're looking at this waning crescent card as like advice, it says surrender. It's almost like telling you surrender to this love, because it's going to allow perhaps healing. It's going to allow you to see things within yourself like a reflection, some things that maybe you didn't see before, and it can help you grow. It can help you evolve. It can help you heal, okay? And you can discover within yourself some deeper wounds that you've been kind of like, you know, kind of throwing on the back burner there. But you definitely feel like you're a little like back and forth between like this connection and wanting to pursue this connection and something else perhaps. So let's clarify Vesta. So what else could you possibly be devoted to? Let's clarify Vesta, please. What else is Aries devoted to? What else is Aries devoted to? Clarify Vesta for me, please. We don't take birds that fly. Only birds that sing. All right, let's see what we got over here. We got the High Priestess. That's interesting. Like plot twist, the Moon card. What? Okay, so maybe you, it's like devoting yourself to the connection or to your higher self. Okay. I mean, that's not necessarily, all right. I mean, okay. Why can't you do both? I mean, but maybe you're trying to balance those things out, but it feels like This is so weird. Devotion, the High Priestess. Because the Moon card does have to deal with intuition. So it's like you do... I feel like she's kind of swooping in over here to help you balance out your intuition, to balance out your higher self with this, with the part of you that's being kind of triggered a little bit by this connection. You know, so you can kind of figure things out within yourself. But the way that you're moving is so like, you know, like, should I go here? Should I go there? Like, I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting, Aries. It's very interesting. I see you becoming devoted more to like your higher mind, to your intuition. And I think that that is the main message over here, especially with the Moon in Libra. And the Moon card coming up over here. It's going to be super important for you to devote yourself to your own intuition and to developing that skill within yourself, especially if you really do want this connection to succeed, because then that means that you can also become more aware, and not just of your own emotions, not just of yourself, not just of your own like things that are coming up for you, but you can also be intuitive to connect with your partner at anything maybe they might be going through or things that could be coming up for them. So I do kind of feel like ultimately this is like the important thing, you know, this kind of devoting yourself to your higher self, to your inner self, to your intuition, and kind of trying to follow more of your intuition and how to go about things. Okay, so final messages for Aries rising. Final messages for Aries rising. Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Trust in divine detours. I mean, if this doesn't tell you anything more about divine detours, then I don't know what else will. All right. All right, this is your reading, Aries rising. I hope that you were able to get something out of it. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope you like my video. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.